I come from a small town, it's called Leaston, it's about an hour south of Christchurch, just on the east coast. Decided towards the end of high school that medicine was probably the thing that I was going to pursue, and then I was fortunate enough that the university offered me a bunch of money to come to Auckland, so jumped on that opportunity. I've been up to Auckland a few times for different sports, tournaments and cultural events. The town that I come from, obviously Auckland is a behemoth compared to that, and one suburb is really bigger than the town that I grew up in. For medical students, both the University of Otago and the University of Auckland have a rural entry pathway, but the University of Auckland's rural entry pathway is a lot broader and it encompasses a lot of regional places that people might not, on the assumption of like a rural entry pathway, consider to be rural. I mean, if you're a young rural student and you look up on the University of Auckland website, you find out that you qualify for that pathway, your chances of getting into medical school have just jumped. There's so many university support services. The first support service that you come into contact with is your RRAS, which are resident advisors. They're like cooler older students that live in the halls. If you're sick, they'll help you get into health and counselling. If you're feeling a bit emotionally overwhelmed with the move away from home, or you're struggling with more serious mental health problems, then they'll help you get hooked up with the health and counselling service. Grassroots, that's the version of rural health student support for the University of Auckland. We run social events, we take people out on early rural experiences. There are definitely some misconceptions about what it means to be a rural health professional. There's this old idea from like so long ago of just a GP, you know. When you get a patient and they're pretty sick, they come to ED, you know, they've got obvious symptoms. You're not limited in scope to one area like the tummy or the heart or the lungs. You've got to look after that patient's whole body. The extra thing that being a rural GP adds is that if you're out in any sort of rural small town and a kid comes in with a surgical emergency, you don't have a big hospital with all the specialists that you can easily just send people to. It's just you and the nurses. And so the teamwork that you have to display and the work that you get to do is so much more varied. Rural students are really important in health programs to promote the ongoing well-being of rural communities. So GP, be it urban or rural, is a massive job. It's going to be hard work, but it's hard work that you can do no matter where you're from.